And so, Flaring Pain would head into the absolutely savage first round with a pretty weak white and black deck against its Rober. Looks like its Rober mulligan to 6. We're going to keep our hand here. I think we're going to go with the Evolving Wilds first, so we can cast the Gustwalker on 2. This deck's really mediocre, not very strong. I would expect a 1-2 out of it, maybe. Maybe we can get 2 wins out of it. So it's easy to play out your draft decks whenever they go well, but we're going to play this one out and see how it goes when we just don't get there, when we just don't have the tools that we were hoping to have by the end of a draft. This card's very good. Hopefully we don't see an Essence Scatter or Censor here. Not off to a good start. Hopefully he draws here, casts a card that doesn't impact the board very much, and then we can play Unburden. Okay, I think we're still going to cast Unburden here. Two lands from the hand. Alright, well that worked out nicely. Discarded 2 lands and then did not draw any. I'm going to go ahead and cycle Ajir's Resolve. At this point we're going to hang on. We're going to actually hang on and cast the Winged Shepherd, hopefully. Go ahead and cast this Honed Kopesh. Or Honed Kopesh. Someone's got to tell me. I need the real pronunciation of this guy here. This card's not very good, but it's in my deck, so... Blades and Bravery go hand in hand. It's important to remember. Haven Initiate. This card's pretty solid. It's a little bit of a trump for our Winged Shepherd, except that he's a little stuck on mana over there. Equipment. It's been ages since I've equipped anything. Alright. Let's see what he's got for us. Not planning on blocking, so swinging in. With the Kopesh on him, the Vizier is pretty big. He's going to be taking 5. That's good for us. We'll go ahead and cast our Winged Shepherd. Looks like he's drawn the land and gotten himself out of that situation we had him in with the Unburden. Here comes Haven Initiate with the beats. Alright, I think here we're actually going to play our other land. We're actually going to go ahead and tap 6 mana, go ahead and cast Winged Shepherd, and then throw the Kopesh on the Shepherd. Okay, hopefully he doesn't have a big sandworm, the Big Daddy Sandworm here. Alright, we look to be in decent shape. Let's see what happens if we take a swing at him. Okay, let's cast. I think we're going to go ahead and throw down a Soul Stain. Yeah, we'll throw down a Pitiless Vizier. This guy's pretty strong. He's got a big attack there. Soul Stinger's fine, but cancel. Looks like we're going to see a cancel here. Okay. That's not too big a deal. We got another Vizier in the hand. Illusory wrappings. Making a 0-2, which would make it a 1-3. We are going to go ahead and kill his only guy here with our Splendid Agony. We'll probably cast the Soul Stinger, killing our Winged Shepherd after we swing. Oh, there's a Caracol. Now that is some stuff. We're going to go ahead and make a swing first with the Winged Shepherd. We're going to jam that Caracal or Caracol. Big Cat. Alright, here's the Big Cat, and the Big Cat is in business. This is pretty nice to be able to draw this here with no cards in his hand, so he won't be countering it. He's got the Aven to Initiate on tap for later, and we'll be seeing that coming into play pretty soon here probably. But we're in pretty awesome shape drawing that cat in that spot. There's some cards he could have that could get him out of this, but you know, we're in really, really good shape. Now here he casts a land. He plays a land there. He doesn't cast, but he plays a land, and I really disagree with that there. He doesn't have to show us that he has nothing. He could leave, for example, if he left a card in his hand now, we'd have no idea what it was. He didn't have to do it this way, but he decided to. Alright, here we're going to hook up the Big Cat. We could compulsory arrest him. I don't think that's the play, though. I think we should save that for whatever other creature he's going to play. We'll go ahead and swing in with all three of the cats. He can trade for a life-linking cat. That's his prerogative. We're going to cast Soul Stinger, putting the counters on our Winged Shepherd. We'll have some big creatures in play that'll be tough for him to deal with. I'd expect a concession here. Yep, there we go. Let's go to the sideboard. So, he didn't play too much crazy stuff. And we really don't have much of a sideboard to speak of, actually. We just have a couple cards. Unless we're going to make a color switch, and I don't think that this matchup warrants that really in any way. So we're just going to head back in with this same deck. Kopish wasn't too bad there. So maybe it is better than I initially thought, but still a pretty small sample size. Haven't seen too much of it being played against me, and this is the first time I've played with it. It seemed decent when an opponent had it some time ago, but it's not the kind of card that I'm really excited to jam into a deck. It seems really, really weak, really slow, really bad. But in this deck, I don't want to run another land because I feel like 16's plenty. With considering this Shepherd's really kind of a 1-mana cycler, even if he won't drag over there. All right, let's close this box. This hand's reasonable. We're going to keep this. He did mulligan down last time too. That probably helped us. We've got an Evolving Wilds of our own. 2 can play at that game, sir. So we're gonna go get a swamp here. I don't think we have any double. Yeah, we got Unburdened. But either way, we don't have any triple white cards, that's for sure. Cards that need 3 white mana. We've already got 2 in our hand, so now we should be able to cast every card in our deck as far as our colored mana is concerned. We might need a mana or 2 more to cast a few of the cards in the deck. Alright, now we're going to drop our Gustwalker. And we're going to hope that its Rober or its Robert does not power out anything too powerful with that Vitalist. No Crocodile of the Crossing, please. Alright, there's an Aven Initiate. That's a pretty solid card, but we can handle that. Wouldn't be terribly surprised to see him trade here, but we're going to attack anyways. We're just going to attack for 2. Okay, we've got our Unburden up again. So soon we're going to make him discard 2 cards. This time, ideally, we're going to let him get a little bit closer to no cards before we do it. 3 cards would be fine. We could make him discard all but 1 of his cards. That would be fine. Colossopede. Supply Caravan. Okay. If we would have played our mana in a different order, we could actually do both this turn, but we're not going to be able to do both here. Okay. Don't like this much. This is not ideal. We can swing with both if we want to, though. Pretty unlikely we're going to have a casualty if we decide to use the Splendid Agony here. So we can just regularly attack with both. So our only real issue is if he double blocks them on one guy. If he does that, that's going to be a little bit annoying, and we'll actually end up losing whatever he does that to. Our worst situation is if he double blocks both on the Gustwalker. That would hurt pretty bad. Alright, so just him on the Gustwalker is not going to be a big difference maker here. We're actually not going to get to kill the Supply Caravan, but we can make it small and we can keep the Gustwalker. This might have not have been the best swing ever. But now his board is full of creatures that can't effectively block our guys. Next turn we can make him discard probably all his cards. He'll probably have 3 in his hand at the end of this right here. Maybe he'll just have 2 and we can just unburden. I'm expecting him to swing with just the flyer and the vigilance guy, maybe. Or just the flyer. Okay, so here comes the flyer. Going down to 14. And we'll see what he decides to do. Presuming it's a guy. Could be a girl. But we're gonna... Ooh, man. That's pretty rough. It's a really powerful card. I guess he's gonna copy the Supply Caravan? Oh, the Aven Initiate? Interesting choice. I think I would have copied the Caravan here. To get 2 dudes. And have a 3/5. Okay. We are in a little bit of trouble now because his cards that he's playing are really strong, and we're going to be pretty far behind here shortly. Okay, let's make a swing here. We are in pretty big trouble this game, and I think we're going to actually face quite a few games like this where we get ourselves into not a great position just because the stack's not that great. I guess we're going to exert and fly over top here this time. I would expect these 2 to block the Unwavering Initiative. If so, we'll kill the camel. Possible he'll block here as well, but I would expect him to not block there. No No blocks of any kind. Interesting. Surprised no block on the Unwavering Initiate. Let's actually go ahead and cast Unburden and see what he discards. Actually, you know what? Just go ahead and cast Curse Minotaur. And Miasmic Mummy. We're going to discard the Scorpion, since making him pitch all of his cards might be a real thing next turn, and he's not really killing us on the ground. He's going to be killing us in the air, it looks like. With those double Aven Initiates. Oh, getting tired here. Sleep is important for humans. Oh man, here comes something. Angler Drake, that'd be really rough. Floodwaters. So just swing with the birds. Alright, so we're going to be taking 6 and going down to 8. That hurt pretty bad. Now he's down to 1 card too, exactly where we don't want him. Draw our Winged Shepherd where we can't really use it because we've only got 5 mana. We're not in great shape here. We're going to go ahead and cycle the Unburden. We've got a Compulsory Rest. We could do it for the regular Aven if we wanted. I think that's probably the play. Just play Unwavering Initiate as well. Yeah, we gotta go ahead and do that. Don't think we have too many ways out of this. So just swinging with the 3-2 probably. And we do not have a final reward to deal with that Aven. We decided to take the little sniper guy over it very early, which may come back to bite us here. Alright, so we're hitting him for a little bit of damage here. We're gonna try the greedy way. Cast both of these guys out and try to we'll cast the Winged Shepherd on the last turn we can, and we'll block that Aven Initiate, and we'll see what he does then. So next turn, assuming that he doesn't just kill us this turn with some kind of pump, we will cast Winged Shepherd and hopefully trade with the Secret Vizier copy of Ancient Aven Initiate. That's kind of cool. It shows you that it is the Vizier over there, and you can see it. Okay, this is what we'd expect. We're going to take 3. We can expect him here to cast something, leave at least 2 up for the sacking of his regular Aven Initiate. Illusory Wrappings, that's pretty lame. Pretty lame. think Supply Caravan will block the Mummy, and we may see a chump block for the Unwavering, or we may double block. Okay, and we're going to cast Winged Shepherd. Sadly, we don't have enough mana to Jiro's Resolve the Winged Shepherd in order to keep it safe, so that it could live through its conflict with the Aven. And we are unlikely to be able to get through for enough damage before he kills us with the Aven there, but we'll see. Man, he's got a lot of illusory wrappings. Well, I guess that's only 2. I feel like he played a couple in the other game as well. So we're just going to have to chump block with our Winged Shepherd now. Could love a flyer here. Pitiless Vizier is not a flyer. Do we have a way to win the game right now? Sure does not look like it. We can go ahead and cycle our Jiro's Resolve. Honed Kopesh. Not a way to win the game either, really. At all. So there's no way he's not going to swing here, I don't think. And it looks like we are heading to game 3. We've got a better idea what he's playing now. A lot of illusory wrappings, but you know, we really can't change our deck much. We didn't draft great, and we didn't figure out exactly where we were till late, so we don't have a lot of extra cards. So we're just going to run this same deck back out there against him again. We are going to be on the play. Hopefully that'll help us. This probably is not a hand we can keep. Let's take a look. Got the Taw Crop, which is awesome, but just as Jiro's Resolve that we can cycle. Now we do have a ton of black in our deck. We might be able to be greedy with this and hit a black. We've got a lot more black mana than white mana. But I would say it's pretty greedy. And if we don't hit a black, we just lose. I think we're going to mulligan. This is worse than that hand was, probably. But we do have Ruthless Sniper on 1. I think we're going to keep this anyways. I don't think that we can actually win here on a mull 2-5. So we're going to keep, and hopefully we'll get to see a white land on top that we can leave there. We're going to definitely have to put that on the bottom. We probably should not have kept this hand. But I really don't feel like we're going to be able to win with a 5-card hand against this matchup. It just feels too feels a little bit grindy, and I don't think we're going to have a chance if we don't have at least this many cards. We're already on the play, so we're already down a card essentially. There we go. We got super lucky and ripped a white right off the top. And we could go ahead and throw a cartouche on our guy. I think that's what I want to do here. Just get the train started early here, as it's not necessarily true that we'll see a creature on this second turn here. Now, ideally, we can cycle these cards in a way that lets us put the -1/-1 counters on, which means we're going to need 1 extra mana each time. Vitalist. That's a little rough. Although we can go ahead and make swings now, and we'll see if he blocks the warrior. If he does, we can punish him. No blocks. So that being the case, we're going to go ahead and cycle Renewed Faith for no value. And we are going to gain 2 life. And we did not draw a land, so we're going to be passing. All 3 colors. Pretty scary. Unwavering Initiate. Not my favorite thing to see. Okay, we're going to go ahead and make a swing here with our sniper and our warrior again. See what happens. I'm going to go ahead and cycle the Winged Shepherd. We're going to target the Initiate there, and we are going to pay the 1 mana. There we go. Oh man, this is a nice situation here. Probably going to Splendid Agony next turn. We're not going to block there because we're going to Splendid Agony. And then swing with just the sniper, I think. Yep. No censor, please. Can only swing with the sniper this time since he knows that we can't cycle, so we can't swing with the warrior like we have been. We could use a little bit more mana here, but we did keep a pretty greedy hand with very little mana, so if we don't draw any, that would probably serve us right. But we drew some. So I would expect at this stage he probably has some kind of effect, some kind of good block effect, or like Spidery Grasp or something. Spidery Grasp is just unbeatable for us, I think. Well, actually, if we co-push first, it's not. Yeah, I think I like that, actually. Keep the aggression on with the Ruthless Sniper. I think he's going to block the little warrior if we swing with both, so we're going to swing with just the sniper. And nothing. Given that there's nothing there and didn't cast anything EOT, we should have just played the Pitilesses here. But I kind of wanted to keep getting him for damage and really put him on defense. Card's not great here. I think we actually need to kill the Vitalist as soon as we can, since he's having these mana troubles. Could compulsory rest the Temet. Alright, I think we're going to make a double swing here. We'll see what he does. Interesting. Just blocking there. Must have a pump spell of some kind. And assuming that I don't have one, but I do. Well, I have a cycler rather. Just the right size, so we will go ahead and kill his blocker there, and he'll take one because we did swing at the warrior as well. A little afraid he's going to rip a land here shortly and make our life a lot more trouble. But he does have essentially 2 mana of any combination, so he can play all 4 drops in those 3 colors, because he basically has 2 green or 2 white or 2 blue, whichever one needs the 2nd mana of, due to the Vitalist. So he can cast the clone if he had it, but the nice thing about the clone for us in this situation is that there's really not any good targets for the clone right now. There's Okitra. Interesting. Doesn't have any dudes. I'm not sure if I love this play of his. I'm going to get to smash him for 4, and then see where we want to go from there. I think the right thing to do here is to cast Gustwalker, probably. Not a very flashy play, but maybe the best. Could also just cast the Vizier. He's pretty unlikely to have... No, I think we should try to win. Let's cast Gustwalker, and we're going to leave the compulsory rest up. It's possible that he'll play something that can block the Gustwalker, then we can put the compulsory rest on it, and if he's got extra mana up, we can put the Honed Khopesh on the Gustwalker, so the 2 life he gains will only bring him to 4, and we'll still deal 4 as well. Now has 5 mana, which I think he's been waiting on for some time. He could recast Temet or Unwavering Initiate. Neither of those will get him out of the Gustwalker situation, though. Okay, there's a concession. We were able to get through a round with our deck. I feel like it's already met the expectation that I had, which was to win a match. So hopefully we can win one more and just blast past our expectation and win a couple packs.